dropping knowledge on GRAMBO pros, talking about plants and how they go. Let's go. From the seeds to the cure, we always smoke pure. Nothing but good vibes up in here. We blaze the ganja, keep it fire. GRAMBO pros, burning desire. Learn about cultivation, step by step. New kids, I got the negativity. Cannabis vibes on the air. GRAMBO pro runs up here.
There is only one rule at the Late Night Smoke, and that is there is nothing but good vibes up in here. GramFam, Borg members, welcome to the Late Night Smoke. This is a, everyone's in the chat. Hello to everyone. This is the birthday stream. Had to turn 43 this weekend. Is a momentous day. 2025, it was the year of the snake. It was the time of shedding the skin, getting to the new moment. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we've entered into the year of the horse. It's time to start galloping. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. I was just talking to tonight's guest. He's way above me in the jiu-jitsu game, but we're talking about, I was like, I'm feeling strong, getting back to jiu-jitsu. The reserve is going. I see we got ECK in the chat. Shout out to my man, Extract Seller Kyle. We'll get into all that. There's a lot going on in Denver, Colorado, yo. The reserve, the exclusive dab tasting and concentrate event, the private party house, the legit debauchery mansion is it is open. It's in full effect. The dude from the Dude Grow Show called me. He's like, "What are you guys doing?" I'm like, picking up some beds and furniture. He's like, "Why do you need beds at your guys' event thing?" And I was like, "Shut up. You know why, dude." And it's been a fucking amazing time. So shout out to Extract Seller Kyle. We're going to, once again, we'll get into that. You guys know how McDonald's has a secret menu. You know, you got that secret menu. Well, just type into Google, Extract Seller secret menu. See what comes up. We're going to get into more of that as we go. There is, what are you guys smoking on? Put it in chat. And I don't just mean people watching live in chat. I mean, all you guys watching on Sunday night, Monday morning, Tuesday afternoon, whenever it is for you, leave a comment. What are you smoking? You smoking something better than me? I hope not. If you are, good God, I got the lemon tree terp pen, and those terp pens, baby, they're available. I thought he just made it for me, but they're available. So shout out to ECK. That is my brother. I love that man. He hasn't changed my life yet, but oh, bro, I can feel the life change, and it's gonna be awesome out here. And you guys know me. I'm all about that funk, that gunk, that nasty gas, all that, you know, I'll take a little fruity funk. You know, I'm a man who loves my lemon G, but you know, I love the nasty stuff. We got this strain, one of the great dispensaries here in Colorado. I know the dispensary hate, but this is a great place. It's right by the airport out in Montbello, Colorado. It's essentially Denver. Then it's called Seed and Smith. They're a high level, like small batch cannabis thing. And I got some dabs from them the other day from some meat breath. And the hash maker's notes just said notes of rotting flesh. And I was like, yeah. And that's what I'm all about. I love that funk. I love that gunk. I can't remember. Jair Token always has a saying. He goes, funk, gunk, gas, and frass. I don't know what he says. I'm going to have to ask him. He's got some catchphrase I want to steal. But you guys know, if you watch the Jug Dealers podcast, you know, Gabe is a guy. Gabe, and shout out to Gabe. He's up there killing in Michigan. He's doing a 5,000 square foot grow facility out there. He's taking the love of the home grower and he's putting it out into the world. You know, someone's got to, if we're going to have all this commercial cannabis, someone needs to be making it dank. And Gabe's out there holding it down. And Gabe has introduced me to so many people who've come, you know, allies, friends, coworkers in this industry. And tonight's guest is no different. You probably know the legends. I made a specific video about it. If you guys ever watch, I actually make videos. I don't just go live on this channel. You can go back and find the, I think it's the top 5 strains of 2024 or 2025. I can't remember. It was a while ago. And this was the #1 strain. We've talked about it on Jug Dealers. It was the smoked catfish. Have you guys heard the legends of the smoked catfish? I'm sure you have. It's made my list several times. It's unique. And what makes it so unique is not just the terps, but its rarity. And tonight's guest is the one who made this strain. And he goes, "You've smoked it? I haven't even smoked it yet." Like, it's that rare. And shout out to Eugene Green Monroe, another awesome friend of, hey, who we got there? Who said that? We got Colty, we got a Midnight Roots grower here. Well, that's what's up. So my guest tonight, he is a legend in my world. He's up there in Michigan holding it down. And man, Michigan hits hard. Hanging out with Cannabis Lifestyle Rob. I didn't know, man. Michigan. I'm spoiled. I'm out here in Denver. I feel I'm like one of the cool kids. Like, Denver's the best ever, bro. Don't sleep on places like Illinois. Don't sleep on places like Missouri, and definitely don't sleep on Michigan. They're holding it down. So Midnight Roots growers in the house. So let me bring on the man, Mr. Jake GRAMBO from Midnight Roots. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going? How's it going, chat? How's it going? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Hell yeah. We got 200 strong already hanging out. It's an honor to be able to meet the man who put a taste in my mouth that I was not prepared for. You are the man who created the smoked catfish. This Gabe got some seeds from you at was it a Billy's event? What was the event that you guys like? Is it some
the Adam Dunn show? The Adam Dunn Show Invitational, right?
Yeah, the ADS.
Yeah, at 15. I met him there. That was a super cool event. I think I took third with the Sour OG. And I brought a whole bunch of OGs there, and all the OGs guys got together and started hanging out. I mean, the Josh D and his whole 4 crew were there. I mean, it was a pretty legendary event. I met so many good people there. Smoked my first rosin there. It was nice. 2015.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you gave this pack of seeds that's become legendary in my life. Like I said, I've smoked lots of different things, and this smoked catfish, it's you have a feather in your cap, man. I've been smoking since I was 13. I'm 43. That is 30 straight years. I moved to Denver because I wanted to find the dank of the dank, and Eugene sent down this baggie for us, and Gabe smoked me up with this, and I literally was like, oh my fucking God, this is horrific. What is the story of the smoked catfish? How did you come upon it? What is it? What's it made of? Give me the history of this most dank strain that I love, my friend.
All right, yeah, I'm still waiting for these clones myself. I've been talking to fucking Gabe, but we've cracked a whole bunch of them, honestly. The smoked catfish it's a cross of the catfish. And the catfish is basically, it's a phenotype of OG18, and it's really, really swampy, really gassy. I won my first Cannabis Cup in 2014 in Michigan and Clio with it. The first cup I entered, I won the first cup with it. I was with Rory from Arborside, and we entered together that cup. And so basically, I had OG18's a reserva privata DNA genetics. All
right,
it's their.
I haven't heard that name in so long. That is a blast from my past, bros.
Yeah, and I got my original OG18 cut from a buddy named Lou, and I didn't crack the seed. He did, and he actually gave it to me when I was first starting growing, and I grew it. And I just did really well with it. I loved it. And so what the smoked catfish is it's a cross that I made with head cracker seeds. He made a Fire OG18 cross called the Fire 18. And I got the male from another competitor in the Michigan scene who's done a lot of competitions. His name is Leaf Doctor. And he gave me the Fire 18 cut because he had made a whole bunch of winners with it. He made like this Adams OG and a Nick the Bruiser, I think, and he made a couple of other cuts with it. And it was just a really good, it's an OG18 Fire OG. And I wanted to just kind of like, preserve that OG18 swampy, gassy as much as I could. So I hit it with the catfish to the Fire 18. So it's an OG18, OG18, OG18 Fire OG.
Right.
So, and the OG18 is just the 18th pheno of the OG crosses that DNA.
You said 18th pheno.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. They were making seeds of the OG, and they had a pheno number 18 that was like their special one that they really liked. It grows better, and that's when they made the OG18, right? So
All right, so OG18 isn't just the name; it's the. I always find that's the story behind the strains are always so like normal, like P-Bud with the Chem 4. It's like, or the Chem 91 or any. It's like, oh, what happened there? It's like, guys, just it was the fifth seed. It was the fifth.
We had 4 cuts.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I mean, back then it was a little easier to name strains too, right? Because people would do that. Now, you got
with the member berry, or the super boof, right? They're naming phenos now. Stop doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's blackberry. Super boof is just blackberry. Stop it, everybody.
Blackberry, but then you got it. Well, that's the thing with seed making now is, people don't want seeds as much. They don't want to take the time, right? They don't want to take the time and grow it out and find their thing, which is what Gabe did, right? I gave him a seed, and the pheno that they got is different than the phenos that me and a couple of guys I have of the smoked catfish. The one they have is like, exceptional in that trashy, nasty, desirable garbage grandma's panties smell. You know what I mean?
bottom of the trash can, wet trash can sauce.
Yeah, you're like throwing up on it. Like, I'll just hit that really quick. But like I said, we were saying it earlier. I haven't even smoked this damn pheno, and I've been waiting for it for years. And he sent me pictures of the clones that he's going to give me this week, and I've got some smoked catfish males. I might do some back crosses with that. I might do some stuff. It's super fun. It's that's the fun of breeding and pheno hunting, which is all I like to do now, right? Crack seeds. That's really where the fun in weed is at, right?
Yeah, that's the last frontier for me. I've pretty much done every variation of growing. Started growing, almost 20 years ago, and that's the one thing. Well, I haven't grown like organic beds. I want to do some living soil someday, and I don't want to be a pollen chucker, but just for my own, fun, like cross some genetics. See what happens. I've always feared males. Anytime I see a male, it's just like burn it with fire.
Pollen chucking's no big deal. I mean, I get it. There are purists and stuff, but I mean, just even making crosses is fun. Just seeing what you can get. That F1 generation is fun. I mean, it's like the jackpot generation. It's not stable yet, so you're getting weird traits from all of the ones. And if you start out with 2 really fucking solid strains, you're gonna get some fun stuff come out of it, right? And that's the fun. I mean, that's the fun of it, right? I'm a big Chem, OG, sour diesel, old school. That's all I do. That's like what I specialize in. I've been collecting them all as hard as you can, and I've got pretty much most of the ones that give me memories. Because like I like to say a lot, cannabis, the good cannabis gives you memories. Like you said, when you smoke the first time, it's not good unless you remember the first time you smoked it, right? The first time I hit the real deal, blueberry, it was like, holy moly. The first time I hit the real deal Gorilla Glue, sour diesel, strawberry cough, Jack Herrera, Hindu Kush. You remember these. They're embedded in your head, and you think of, and
someone passed me a bowl with some like good old diesel genetics in it. I took a hit of it and I go, bro, 1998 GoldenEye 64. I remember it was like a week before Christmas. It just floods back. Like literally, it's like those are the terps of Christmas of '98, baby.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. I mean, there's terps that are so good that, like I said, my dad was a grower, and my dad was really big into weed, and there are weeds that I smoke on his birthday to remind me of him that he used to grow and I used to grow, and specifically the blueberry, right? There's a blueberry goes around Michigan. They call the Detroit blueberry. It was cracked in 01 by the Midwest Best Gardens, and he grows for rare dankness and stuff. But he has this pheno, and he's held it for so long that I've held it the same way. It was the first strain I grew properly. It was the first strain my dad grew properly. Right, you know what I mean? And it was like the ones that kind of like got everything kind of going, right? It's then I started growing the OG, the original Indiana bubble gum, that original, and that's the crazy part about weed is, you can get bubble gum flavored terpenes, like grapes, you can get cotton candy flavored terpenes. They got cotton candy grapes and stuff like that, but we've got everything from tobacco to rotten garbage to blueberry to bubble gum to, I mean, it's so beautiful that, and they're just as good. Like you, like, no, I fucking prefer the garbage terpenes over the over the lemon, terpenes preferably, but it's the best, right? Finding the,
I remember
the little strains of lemon, even just from lemon G to Skittles to super lemon haze to just all the flavors of lemon that you can get, starting to go into orange, starting to go into grapefruit. And dude, I love the terpenes part of weed. That's so fun,
It's alien, man. It's like I remember there was this I was watching some like YouTube video about like years and years and years ago about like this perfume maker, and it was talked about like one of the things that people that get into this game are surprised by is that it's not about making it smell good. You have to have putrid notes inside it, and it just didn't make sense to me. I was like, why would like having putrid make cologne, why would that make me better? And then years later, I get deep into cannabis, where it's just like my whole thing. And I go, yeah, now I get it. How is it you go, dirty, wet grandma diaper? Yum.
Yeah, that's funny to say that. I have this peaches and cream strain that does fucking really, really good under LEDs and on metric and stuff like that. People love it because it's pure dessert. It's pure lemon, pure peaches and stuff. But I fucking don't like smoking it. I'll be honest with you. My girlfriend likes smoking it. I just can't. And when people ask me, why don't you like smoking it? I say, well, it's not balanced. It's too sweet. It's just pure sweetness. Like apple cider, which I like. I love apples. I grow apples and I make apple cider. You have to have that kind of maritage effect, right? You got to have the sweet with the bitter, with the tart. You know what I mean? You got to hit all the aspects of your tongue to kind of do it right. And you describe it like in music and stuff like that. You go out and you just play an A note on thing, but how about we play an A chord with an entire fucking band and stuff? Now you're hitting all those notes. You're hitting the bass A, the high A, the low A. It could be the same note, and that's how I like to look at breeding though, is like, you're playing chords. I mean, you can like really mix some things that don't make any fucking sense, like strawberry kiwi with garbage and stuff like that, and get some weird thing like that. But it's like playing a note. It'd be like playing Miles Davis playing some weird jazz tone. I mean, it might work in the right place and you might get a seed of it and be like, wow, that's fucking weird and I like it, I'm gonna keep it. But if you play something that's more like, a little lemon with a little orange and a little, kiwi and a little OG over there, it kind of plays a little nicer. You might, you play the Christmas, the Peanuts theme or something like that.
Now nice. You're speaking my language. I hadn't thought about it like that, but to definitely like the difference between like, some popular Doja Cat pop song versus like Miles Davis, it's complicated. And it's I guess that's why caviar is so popular. It takes a while. You have to understand what you're even doing. And it's funny, girlfriends are always the thing. Like I literally would hit like, I'd have my concentrates and she'd have her concentrates. And same thing. I'd smoke it and I go, that tastes like artificial Skittles. She goes, yeah, it's great. And then she hit mine. She goes, I go, yeah, it's great.
I'm 100% there with you. Yeah, it's weird what everybody likes, and that's the tough part of like I like to say about like even judging cannabis cups and stuff like that, or judging art or music or something. Like how when you love lemon and I love OG and you're 20 years younger than me and you've never even smoked OG, I grew up on it. Like we're in a different headspace. Like I'm thinking my best weed that I love, I'm still searching for that, or that try to capture that beautiful flavor that I like, and they're trying to capture this, and he's trying to capture that, and they're trying to capture that, and how do we say, which one is the best painting we made, right? Well, I like the abstract. No, I like the really nice one. I like the straightforward one. I like the, the modern one. I like that. That's
you tell me your 5 favorite cannabis strains and I'll tell you how old you are. Right? it's like literally I hear like someone's like, oh man, I love Death Star and I love fucking, and I just go, oh well, you're 38 to 44, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Came from this area by Ohio, and you're
Well, and that's the other thing, right? The localization of the cannabis throughout the 90s and the aughts. What do we call the 2000s? Is it the aughts? I don't know. I don't know what people are calling it. So they called it in the 1900s.
The end times, yeah.
The end times, the beginning of the end times.
Yeah.
And so it's like, yeah, there wasn't like this established, like, I have friends, the stories are like, oh, how'd you get those genetics? Like, well, I got on a plane, I flew to Amsterdam, I bought them, I put them into, a Skittles bag and resealed it and flew back. It's like, yikes. So nowadays there's Discord groups where like 100 people will all get the same beans and they'll all pop it. They all give different phenos. They find it, they exchange it. And it's like, the networking and the cataloging of today, I don't think people will have to struggle with what you and I struggle with of tracking these strains down, because I love the lemon G, and there was a time where if you didn't know someone from Ohio, you didn't get it. You'd smoke it once and go, where did that come from? And the legends of the yada yada, and now it's like I just get on Discord and I got 3 different people like offering me the best genetics on earth, Well, that's the best from now.
I mean, I've been searching for a minute. Let's say I've been trying to get the sour diesel back, right? The one that I know that won the first place cup in 2011 in Detroit, right? That's the one that a buddy of mine used to grow. And I'm searching now, and there's 4 different sour diesel cuts. So I'm trying to find which one is the right one. So I got the Amherst cut now. I got Gabby's cut. You got AJ's cut. You got the East Coast sour diesel Soma's cut. Like, which is the one that my guy used to give me, right? I think it's the Amherst one, which I just got back. It's the 12-week racy one, kind of yellow, nugged up, right? The one that I used to smoke that I got that was almost too racy for me. That's why I like OGs a little better, right? They're a little calmer, more creative, right? You still miss that flavor profile, but we all run back to like the high that it gives you, especially if you smoke like I do, and I'm sure like you do, right? It has to be in there.
I mean, you sat down. This is the second time I've had you on a show. Once with the Jug Dealers, and go back and check out the Jug Dealers with Greba and Gabe, because those two are old timey friends. They went back into the old days. But let me pick your brain about this, because that was one of my conquests of the last few years. Is like, okay, I got networks, I know people, I can track down genetics that have like goddamn certificate of authenticity. This comes from this guy, it comes from AJ. Like but it never sang. I'd grow it out, and friends would grow it out, different stuff. We'd run New Mill, we'd run whatever, different stuff, and it wouldn't sing. And then my buddy Rasta Jeff from Irie Genetics was like, I smoked some diesel that sang like those days. I was like, do tell. He's like, it was grown DWC with GH under HPS. And I go, well, if phenotype is environment times genotype, what are your thoughts on that? If you do track down these genetics, like, how do you like to grow? Like, what's your preferred growing method in 2026 and back in the day? Is it the same? Have you changed? What's going on with the Greba grow style?
It's exactly the same. I have like a little small 12 lighter that I do personal under, basically, and I do some breeding and stuff like that. And I use HPS double endeds. I was having this conversation earlier, and I was just saying, how do we get that original OG? Do I have to grow GH again in Pro Mix, right, with single-ended HPS, right?
Right. Vented hoods under glass.
Yeah, but I still grow. Like, I still have the catfish. I still have the blueberry. I still have all these old strains. I mean, my mom, I have 40 moms deep, and they're all just straight old school. Everyone I can get is old school as I can get. And I'm trying to get there. Does it have to do with the cure? Does it have to do with taking it down to the dryness or something like that? Does it have to do with the GH newts? Does it have to do with the genetics? Has there been a big genetic drift? And I mean, I still have, and I'm like, it's there. For some reason, is it a memory? Like, is there something different? Because the OGs that I smoke right now are different, but in my head, they seemed stickier back in the day. Like, I don't know what to say. I mean, they're still sticky as fuck, but it always seemed like when you got a bud of a $400 weed Back in the day, it was just a fucking stuck together little thing, you know.
And things would off gas more. I remember dudes would walk into a room with just a bag in their pocket and you go, Jesus Christ, what is that? What is that dank that's coming off? Like, you know, you couldn't, like we're talking about how like you immediately get transported. I want to say, oh, maybe we're nostalgic. Maybe we got rose colored glasses on, but I really don't think so. I really do think there was something. This is why the whole genotype, Jaron on Jug Dealers, you know, Jaron from New Millennium, he always says phenotype is environment times genotype. And I go, if it is that true, if it's that mathematical, well, then genotype is only, you get the cut. That's only 50%. If you don't grow it in the old method, you know, I don't know, but I'm not growing DWC. I'll tell you that much.
You're not wrong. I've always done hand watering and like, I do cocoa now, right? And
okay,
that's just straight cocoa. I do grow with Canna Nutrients, and I was growing with Canna Nutrients even back in 2014. I've used them forever. I've moved over to like a bio Canna now. They have like an organic version of it.
Yeah, but they're bottled organics.
Yeah, back in the day, I've always used just the regular, just adding CalMag is about all I use. Add differently, but you know, I know what we're talking about here. I do understand, right? Like there is something in there. There is something a little different, and I'm still growing the same thing, the same place, the same lights, the same things that I was doing back in 2014 when I was growing the OGs that were winning the cups, and you know I won all my cups through like 2020, and pretty much stopped competing. Right? They just kind of got weird with that People's Choice shit now. So like, I mean, the whole thing's about the judges, man. I mean, everything, the value of the cup is all like, that's why I value that 2015 Adam Dunn show, you know, cup so much, is because it was like 52 hand-picked people, the only people that were doing shit at the time, kind of that won cups and were doing breeding. I mean, I met everybody there. It was amazing, the groups of people. And then everybody brought 2 ounces, sat down, and then we all judged him. And it was kind of like a tournament thing. It was like two jars on the table, and you're like, which one's better? And everybody at the table had to come to an agreement. And I haven't seen anything like that has been that intense, where it was just 52, everybody entered and everybody was judging. So it was like, you know, you weren't supposed to judge for your own. That was it. If you knew it was yours on the table, you're supposed to be like, okay, I'm not gonna, you know, judge this one. But it was pretty fucking fair. But nowadays, like, how can you do it when it's just everybody can buy it?
Yeah, we have these conversations. We do the Dude Grows Cup with the Dude Grows guys, the DGC Cup every June, and DGCCupTickets.com is open, people. They're gonna sell out. We're have to get you there someday, Jake. It's a pretty cool fair. You know, we get 400 or 500 people. You get 5 tokens. You put it in the bag next to the strain you like. All blind taste testing. You know, amber jars, bud tenders dealing out. We mix up the jars, number everything randomly, and even with that, you know, it's tough. Like, I always get a lot of shit. I know I saw Chad Westport in the thing. I'm not a big hazes guy. You know, I'm not a big like pine terp guy. So I don't love Jack. You know, I don't love the Island Sweet Skunk. You know, and people are like, God damn it, GRAMBO. It makes me sad when you say that. And I go, I get it. It's just something about my palate. And I go at the cup last year and I see this jar. It's just sick, you know, and I take a hit of it, immediately recognize it. Oh, that's the Jack. I know Jack, you know, when I smoke it. And I go, that is probably the best grown plant I've ever seen. I hate it. No vote for you. You know, it's grown beautifully. It's sticky. It's gorgeous. It burns perfectly. So smooth. Yet it just, you know, weed's personal. I don't like it. I didn't like it. So, you know, it's, I always say weed's very personal. That's what corporate cannabis is going to have a hard time rolling this thing out, because weed's so personal. There is not, you can't have 12 kinds of weed on the shelf and call that good for the nation. That ain't going to work, baby.
I mean, it is, if it's memories and it's experience and it's slowing time down and it's, you know what I mean? Everything that cannabis can't do, that alcohol can't do, and every other drug. Cannabis is special, man. It's a healing fucking plant, and it's really hard. I've been watching it in Michigan, trying to watch the guys that are doing it really right and those that aren't. And I mean, I'm working on metric myself, and it's an impossibly weird thing. Like, how do you get that craft right? This is going to be a talk we could have for fucking days, right? How do you get that craft? Is it the GH in the fucking thing with the right grow, with the right plant and stuff like that? It is everything, you know what I mean? There is, all of that has to exist. and it has to be the love in the person. And I always like to describe that like if you had 2 rooms and you had 2 dogs in the room, and you had one room and you just threw in super expensive Wagyu ribeye every day to this dog and fed it, the best food ever, but you never pet the dog. And then you got another room and you go in and you feed it dog food. And you go in and play with the dog and enjoy the dog and have a great relationship with that dog. Now, which dog would you want to be around, right? You're not going to want to be around the dog that has no human contact or anything like that. This dog's enjoying his life because there's a level to it. And the thing people don't, say is, plants are sentient. Cannabis is sentient. There is a level of connection. And, it does take, people always wonder why it takes a plant to grow 1 or 2 times in your room before you get that full expression of it. It's got to adjust to you. It's got to adjust to your room. It's got to adjust to everything. There is something deeper on this. We're not just robots.
It's alive, right? Like we lose track. When you see plants on fast motion, when you take 12 hours and play it in 30 seconds, they're like dancing and breathing, and then they go to sleep. I didn't realize I was alive until I started growing plants. I gave them all these great nutrients. I understood their metabolism. I knew that they needed these regimented sleep cycles. And then I went, maybe that's why I feel like shit. Because I give myself crappy inputs. I have no sleep schedule. I have no, I'm alive just like they are.
Yeah, you're 100% like that. I mean, that hits everything. That hits growing, transitioning into how growing affects life, how you live your life, affects your growth. You know what I mean? What you're feeding your plants, what you're doing, where you're at, what you want to do. 100%, man.
And so my man, the Witches of Coos just popped in. He's the homie. He said, I missed the guest introduction. Who is bro? And I suppose it's as good as time as any to shout out over on Instagram. This is Midnight Roots Jake Greba. If you guys have heard me and Gabe champion this smoked catfish strain that Eugene Green Monroe gave us, this is the man, Jake Greba, out there in Michigan, holding it down. You got the midnightroots.com. So if you guys want to go check out any of that, or you can come follow him over on the Instagram over there, midnight.roots. And you're in the commercial chocolate game. I'm a big edibles guy. Everyone knows GRAMBO. I got high tolerance. I love a good 200 is my base level. I like a good 300-400 milligrams. I like to go deep on a weekend. And I keep seeing your chocolates out there. You were just hanging with or maybe not just, but hanging with Jim Belushi, and he's sporting your chocolate and shit. That's pretty cool. What's Jim Belushi like?
Yeah, we have a collab with him. I work under Highway Horticulture, and Midnight Roots is through Highway Horticulture out of Michigan, and they were paired with Belushi's farm. So we did I have 2 products, chocolate products, and the one will be right up your alley though. It is called a Full Moon, and it's basically a 200 milligram, 50-cent piece disc of chocolate. And it's for people like one of my partners, Sam, he eats 600 to 800 milligrams a day. And sometimes, and the chocolate bars are 200 milligrams, but there's a lot of chocolate in there. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So we can get these Full Moons at 50% of the price of the chocolate bars, because we can get rid of all the packaging, get rid of, a lot of the chocolate. And it's basically just, we have distillate, ones, or we have RSO ones as well. We have RSO and CBD, RSO, CBN, we have CBG. So we have daytime, nighttime ones. And then we have the Belushi's collab, which is really fun, man, because I've played blues music all my life too, and I love the Blues Brothers, and I love Jim Belushi. I like his Growing with Belushi show. I mean, he does a good job. It's funny, he's a good guy. He's a good representation. He's from Chicago area with the Blues Brothers, so I was honored to do something with him. It was pretty fun,
Yeah, as a comedian, I got my first ever laugh as an audience member at Second City in Chicago. They asked me a question in the mic, and I said something, and I got a full room laugh, and the heroin hit my blood. And I was like, I can get used to that, So all those Second City guys, the fact that some people give a shit to Belushi because sitcom star, whatever. Dude's a real cannabis guy, no BS. He is the real deal Holyfield. So I love that you're repping with him.
Yeah, he eats edibles. That was why he liked the chocolate so much. He really actually wanted a CBD, CBN one. He really wanted a CBG one because he actually eats some himself. He doesn't smoke as much. He'll smoke a little bit, but not a ton. But he eats the edibles a lot, and I'm cool with that because I mean everybody's got their own thing. He's a really busy dude, man. I'll tell you, that guy is always going.
Once again, that's why cannabis is so personal, right? Like you might smoke it, it has one effect. You might eat it, it has another effect. I might eat it, it has one effect on me. Like at Dude Grows, dude can eat like 20 milligrams and he is ripped. That's like a vitamin. 20 milligrams of that's vitamin C. I was like, I just get a little, bone strength, a little fucking calcium or something, So it's tough. Weed's so personal.
I can only eat 20 milligrams and I'm out, but I can smoke 3-gram joints back to back all day and still have a conversation with you and go roll on the mats all day. But you put a little edible in there, and I tell you, it's different. It's totally different.
You and I shared the love of that. You are much farther in the game of jiu-jitsu. I hinted at it in the beginning. I started last year, had to have surgery after a hernia. Everyone that does jiu-jitsu, they like, oh, you had to have surgery your first year. Welcome to the club. You actually get it. And so what belt are you again? Remind me.
I'm a brown belt, and I've been doing time. But I'm just like you. I had to take 7 years off because I had ACLs and both my knees replaced and 3 ligaments in my shoulder replaced from competition, from wrestling, and 1 from paintball. But like, it wears on you until you kind of figure it out and how to relax, how to.
Well, and that's why I wanted to bring it up. It's the cannabis culture with jiu-jitsu. I was surprised at how much weed is mixed in with jiu-jitsu, and it makes perfect sense because it's about relaxing. Relax. Don't overthink it, but like find the vibe. Like you'll get in like this rhythm of like you become psychic in a way. It's like he's about to do this, and then he does it, and you fucking wrap around. It's like I'm high as fuck.
Yeah, flow state. It's anything like in music or anything where you start jamming, you start shredding. You're not really thinking. You can't think. Like you're playing jazz, you're doing anything. You just gotta let it kind of go. And the quicker and easier you can get into flow state, you know what I mean? The better it is. And if you can start always in flow state, so you're always just ready for whatever is attacking, that applies in every freaking angle you can say, from, relationships to rolling on the mat to growing weed. If let's say, your reservoir overflows all over the place and you got to spend 2 hours cleaning it up. Is that going to ruin your day? Or are you going to whistle while you work and just, oh, shit happens, right? If you're on the, wrestling and some 135 pound guy flips you on the back and gets on your face and you're just, oh, what the fuck? You got
or better yet, 110-pound girl flips you over and fucking puts it. Like the first day of class, I saw this girl beat the shit out of this dude. Like that's like got 100 pounds on her. I was like, oh, we're not in Kansas anymore, aren't we?
That's the fun part about it. When technique actually really matters, like in jiu-jitsu, it really matters. And the better you start lessening your use of strength and, natural abilities, and you start getting into flow state and perfectly executing moves as they present themselves to you, it becomes like mind fun, like blowing, like I was describing as snowboarding, where the peak is super hard to learn how to snowboard. It takes a good couple of days, if not years, to get it to where you can just be super comfortable and not worry about biting an edge and, just riding on the flow and getting your angles right. You're getting your angles riding that, it has to be just right. But when you get there and you're not scared, it becomes awesome. And it becomes like that in jiu-jitsu after you it takes about 8 years. You know what I mean? It takes a long time to let go of your ego, to let go of your fear, to let go of your anxiousness, to let go of everything that happens and just kind of okay, you're going to put your hand there. I'm going to do this. You're going to respond with this. I'm going to do this. And then not like fight it, more end up being like China or something like that, where you're doing like, kung fu movements and stuff like that. It's actually really
felt at home
because I'm an old dude.
one of my first classes, like I was, I'm trying to do a rear naked on this guy, and he literally he's like, oh, you're not getting it. Here's how you can choke the shit out of me better. And I was like, here's how you destroy me. Let me walk you through every step to and I was like, wow, this is so cool. I spent half a class laughing. I just laugh. I just look at I'm a comedian. So funniness, when I see something really funny, I usually just go, oh my God, that's hilarious. But honest moments always make me laugh. And you're going to find so many honest moments in a jujitsu class. It's just like, oh shit, I'm helpless. This is hilarious. It's a blast.
It's pure honesty. You can't hide anything on the mat, right? You can't fake it. You know what I mean? You don't go into a class and act like you're a blue belt or act like you're a black belt. I mean, I just saw a video of some guy that went into a Miami studio with a black belt on, and a blue belt flipped him over, and you know what I mean? And everybody in the school was just like, wait. And then, then they took for a purple and a brown, and then the black belt went over, and at the end of it, the black belt literally took the fucking black belt off of his waist and was like, I'm calling your instructor, and called the instructor, was like, no, he never gave this to you. You're a blue belt according to this guy. You know what I mean? So you can tell. You can tell. That's the weird part of it. I mean, the belt ranking is a level of skill and just length of doing it. But man, to be a brown or a black or a purple, that technique, it really is fun. It becomes super fun to play with people, man. Just to, and you're talking stoner culture and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And the funny part is I've got a lot of police officers that I train, right? That I teach or I work with and stuff. And they can always smell weed on me. Even if I take a bath and spray cologne always on me, because as soon as you start sweating, it comes out. So they all know, because I had to tell them, I'm like, yeah, I own a cannabis company. I grow a lot of fucking weed. I smoke a lot of weed, and I'm going to still choke you just as easily. That's awesome. But most cops really don't like to stay in. Cops don't stay in very long. They get really humbled really quick, and they got a lot of ego. You know what I mean? So they don't like a stoner choking them out with one hand and shit like that. They don't like that. Some do, and there's a couple, obviously. We've got some that are cool with it, but it's fun. It's one of those places where,
I was really baked. My first couple classes, I didn't smoke anything. I was like, no, and then, I got 2 months in. I was like, all right, I'm feeling the vibe. And I went there just baked one day and waiting for I got there early. The class before me is finishing up. And I was just sitting there baked, looking around. I was like, it's so weird that we wear our ability to kill each other around our waist. I have my little one stripe white belt, and I walk past this guy with a purple belt, and I go, yes, sir. You know what I mean? It's just respect, hello to you. So, this guy can beat the shit out of it. It's such the respect factor. I'm an elder millennial. I'm 43, so I'm right on that Zennial, whatever they call it, Gen X millennial thing. And I never grew up with much respect. I was always mouthing off, and it's cool. I love the idea of respect. You bow when you get to the mat. You fucking, you shake everyone's hand at the end of class. You're helping everyone. It's very cool. The respect factor. Like black market weed, it didn't work. I know Gabe, right? But I don't know Jake Greba. There's 25 years ago, I meet you and I go, oh, Gabe says you're the guy. Here's $20,000 and I'll see you in a week. You know what I mean? And then I know Jake Greba is going to be back in a week. Yes, our word is our bond. So this cannabis community, it's omerta, it's brotherhood, it's fucking your word is your bond. I really love the real ones in this community. It's a small community. You can't fuck over people in the cannabis, hanging out with Gabe and Lee and Bo over at New Millennium and 5-8. They know everybody. There's 500 of us in this game that have been in it for a long, long time. And word travels fast, right?
That's a funny point, though. The combination of the level of respect with jiu-jitsu over the level of respect that I had somebody come over to my house who's a blue belt, one of my girlfriend's friends, and brought her the boyfriend over, and he's a blue, and he's like, oh, what are you? And I'm like, brown. He's like, that's fucking terrifying. And I'm like, I guess I never thought about it like that, but I guess it is, isn't it?
It is. It's legit.
But in cannabis, to get that level of respect, you got to really bring it. You know what I mean? You got to understand good weed. You got to be able to talk about it. You got to have it in your brain. You got to have memories and be able to express these memories to other people. Hey, bro, come over. Let's smoke this trash weed with you. Let's smoke this, let's smoke this garbage. Well, I have some Chiquita banana strawberry with kiwi accents. Oh, perfect. Bring it over. And you know, and you kind of have this like little respect, but you don't ever try to bring over brickweed.
Yeah, my buddy Scotty Reel from the Dude Grow Show still has a QP brick in his office. He just keeps it like sitting there, and I just will look at it sometimes. It's like, man, there was a time where that would be the most sought after. You know, my buddy I Can THC Matt, he's from Trinidad, down in the Caribbean, and he's like, yeah, I never smoked Mexican brickweed my whole life, and I was like, that's so weird for an American stoner in the 90s. That was like a rite of passage. Like that's what it was. I talked to a kid. I was talking about cleaning weed. I was like, man, we used to have to clean weed. He goes like what, with like soap? No, you had to clean the seeds out, you know? He's like, oh, seeds are valuable. I keep seeds when I find them now.
Yeah, I wish I would have. No, right? I wish I would have. I remember the very first time I bought brickweed. That's hilarious, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's so memorable. I remember the first time I saw really bad brickweed because my parents smoked a lot of weed, so I would always steal weed from them and shit. And they kind of had like a little better than that. It was grown by somebody out in Ann Arbor. You know what I mean? It was at least it was a little homegrown, so it was bad. But they didn't have a lot because it was a lot more expensive to buy it then. So they only smoked a little bit. But I would steal it all the time. But when I bought brickweed, I remember grabbing it. It was like $25 for a little square. And I looked at it like
it would be a little corner of a baggie and it laid like a marble.
He brought the little fucking scale with the little scale, and I'm like, "What are you showing?" It was like, "Oh yeah, I can see that. Okay, all right." It was. Great.
I walked into a buddy's house the other day, and fucking, I walk in, and just sitting randomly on the thing. I don't know if I can fucking even find it quick enough. Of course not. He had a mail scale sitting there, like laying there, like, and back in the day, he'd go to like post office or you'd go to, you know, Office Depot or whatever. And for $4.20, I don't know if that was just because like in Iowa, we had 5% sales tax and it cost $4, but in my world, they cost $4.20. They were everywhere. It was hilarious. You're bringing back all the nostalgia for me today, Jake.
Dude, somebody in the fucking chat just said that you can still get brickweed from some dispos in Michigan. I think that's the funniest fucking thing ever.
But is it trash compactor weed wrapped in Mexican newspaper? That's the question.
It came in a tire. You didn't get it in a tire. Like they would have to take this old school crap poop outdoor shit that they sell. Like there's $100 pound shit on Metric. I mean, $50 pounds and stuff. It's like, and that's the shit they put into this. They're like, we'll just sprinkle a little keef on it, some spray terps. You know what I mean? We'll put some distillate on the outside and we'll call it fucking, you know.
I'm convinced there's all this scromiting bullshit going on. They keep talking about if that shit, you know, I'm dubious, but let's just say it is real. I go it's spray terps, man. For sure, this is shit. This is not cannabis. This is shit being sprayed on it. Like we all know the spray terps exist. It's a huge industry, and shame on all of you that are doing it. Stop it.
They used to poison the fucking alcohol supply, right? There was years where they poisoned it in 1930 or something, and a whole bunch of 50,000 people died because they tried to poison it. I'm not saying they're poisoning the weed. I'm not saying anything's going on, but there's some unscrupulous people who are out there in for the profit in it, and it's still federally illegal. It's still Schedule 1. Like nothing's changed. It's still as dangerous as it was back then. It's just we have a little illusion in our head that we can they're not going to bust us, and they haven't been busting some people. But I know some people that got busted in the other side of Michigan last week, and there was 2 people over here that got their fucking homegrown raided and shit. It's still happening. You know, it's just not happening as much because there's not as many dispos like that. Like, you know, there is one dispo guy in Michigan that still exists out in Holland and stuff. You know what I mean? And
the Beach Bum says, lick that baggy flap. Remember that? You get spit soaked bags. Ugh.
Yeah, they didn't have the Ziploc yet, right? The full Ziploc.
No.
Right? So you
roll it up. And then your baggy skill was kind of like I could roll baggy so fucking tight and then just like, oh.
Yeah, that would be funny.
So what do you now that we just crossed in, we're 4 days into 2026. I respect your palate. I respect your connection in the world. What's the we all know the old school stuff. We're all trying to find out what's the new school stuff that's you're excited about. You seeing anything out there in Michigan that's like, this isn't like the old school, but I love GMO. Love it. Love the garlic cookies. Love the burgers. Love all that stuff. And what are you excited about in 2026? Anything coming across Jake Greba's palette that you're digging?
I just made a couple of crosses that I'm fucking freaked out about, right? Like I made this one I call the honeycomb. I made it in tribute to the beatboxer. There's a professional beatboxer. He goes by Honeycomb, and he's super dope. He inspired me to kind of get more into bass music and stuff. So I kind of made him a tribute strain, and it's Wilson from Masonic, crossed by Skittles, crossed by Sunshine Kush. And Sunshine Kush is a strain that I won a first place cup in 2017 with it. It's Sunshine number 4, which is like a Michigan strain. It's from Bodie Seeds, but like Michigan, it won like 5 cups in Michigan, 6 cups. It won tons of shit, and it's like it's just beautiful. It's like Chem Dog and orange juice came together, and it's just this really good blend. So this honeycomb that I've got, it's like it would be in my top 5 favorite smokes. Like if I wake up in the morning and I have I do have a big, huge thing back here just full of 40 jars of all my strains. The honeycomb is always in my top 5 go-to. It's just beautiful. All right. It's great. It's Wilson Skittles and Sunshine Kush. That one, I'm really loving this Midnight Rider I've got. That one is Holy Grail Kush crossed by the Fire 18, that male that I was working with in the past too as well. That one is just like, I call it like chai tea latte Kush, right? It's really, really balanced and stuff. It's really nice. I just saw you said the growing pains. Yeah, they have some real solid shit too. There's a guy called Premier out of Lansing that has this 517 headband that is just fucking delicious. It's super fucking nice
That's another one that like you just don't. I don't find headband that makes me feel like that shit used to put me in the couch. Like I'm not getting up.
Yeah, I've been growing this Sour-Eyed Green lately and this Dog Walker OG. That both of those are they're giving me these nostalgia that I really love. And I've been trading a lot of strains lately. Like I said, I've been trying to take my top 40 and take out ones and replace them with top ones, right? And so I've been really working heavily on that. And I've got 9 or 10 OGs from the Ghost to the Real Kosher I've got my sour OGs that I've won all of them with, and all the catfishes and stuff. So I'm really like trying to fill out that, if you've got a flavor profile and you got yellow to red to black, right? And the black being trash and OGs and stuff, and brown and earthy. I mean, I'm growing that Jack Herrera still. It's funny. I have a bag of Jack Herrera back here. And I fucking really, really love Jack Herrera. I love Blue Dream. I actually grow the legit Blue Dream again.
People are finally, it's come full circle. It's like sought after. Like people are having a hard time finding that old school Blue Dream. Fashion is cyclical, baby.
Big. The nugs are so fucking huge. Like it's such a large, yielding, easy plant to grow.
The internodal space on it was so tight, and you get these colas on it. There's a reason it became so popular. It was a very good yielder.
It sucks.
Shout out 2009, baby.
Yeah, but I like that shit, man. I got the lemon skunk going in right now. I got a really nice lemon skunk from Alt Soul out in Oregon. He's in wherever, Massachusetts. But the sage, I saw you just click that. The fucking sage. The guy Blake from our Highway Horticulture Grow, he fucking loves that sage. That's his like jamity jam.
Yeah. I was at Adam's place a few years ago. I've known Adam since 2015 when I first moved here. And I went there a couple of years after that, and he was like, I had some freshly extracted rosin of his. He's like, "Hey, Graham, you want to take a dab of this sage?" And I was like, "Sir, I'd be honored to dab Adam Dunn's fucking sage." Hell yeah, man! That is a good one.
Yeah, it's super fucking fire, man. Like just like the one I'm really looking for is Blue Dream, not Blue Dream, Blue Cheese. Like there used to be a Blue Cheese around Michigan.
The Blue Cheese,
nice.
It was like the Blue Dream times the UK. Is that what it was? I don't even.
Yeah, and I think it's blueberry. blueberry crossed.
Blueberry,
Yeah, and the one that was around Michigan, I remember one specifically. In my brain, I remember this blue cheese tasted just like blueberry cream cheese. Like the hash from it was fucking unreal. Like the scissor hash, when you used to trim it, was like better than the rosin. Like it was fucking ridiculous. How sometimes you can get scissor hash that's like, dude, like this is what I'm fucking talking about, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real. Yeah. The idea, I took some good homegrown to Red Rocks to a Ganja White Night EDM band was DJ was here. Love Ganja White Night. Went there. This dude's like, oh, I got this great weed, and he had some good dispo weed, whatever. And he gave it to me. I passed him a joint of some good homegrown shit that we got. This Emergency is this strain. It won the DG's Cup a few years back. I love it. It's like lemon G kind of. It's just that rants. Whereas lemon G is like rancid lemon. This is rancid orange, And I pass it to him, and he's just like, "That's so good. Where can I get it?" And I just went, "You can't."
Yeah, you got
to know the guy. How about that? Yeah. It's amazing to be a grower. It's a it's the greatest thing to be out of the closet and into the garage,
Yeah, there's this tuition that I got. Scapegoat, the guy, he's from the Michigan area. He's been around for a while, wee woo. And I've been really focused. It's a whole Hell's Angels OG crossed by the Mac. And I'll tell you, it's got that Mac structure, but it's hilarious because if we were to judge things right on smoking, like that would be in my top 3 of all time. Like if I had to choose what to go to smoke, but I wouldn't put it in like my competition weed though, because it would need a specific connoisseur to recognize that and not really like go by the nose or the smell.
See, you're spoken like a guy like who like wins cups because you understand like the best isn't that's in YouTube. I'll always argue like sometimes the worst option is the better option, like McDonald's does better than Culver's, I love Culver's fast food. I was sitting in a Culver's empty and McDonald's is wrapped around the block. And I went, people like shit. and that's not me hating on them. I have a refined palate. I like good shit. My wife buys the dog shit because she likes shit. I buy the good stuff.
Yeah. Some people buy Budweiser. Some people buy the high-end shit, just like wine. Some people can't tell the difference between a $2 Chuck, $2 bottle of Merlot, and a $5,000 bottle of Merlot. And the $5,000 Merlot is the same fucking great. Chardonnay. What's the difference between a $15,000 bottle of Chardonnay or Sauvignon Blanc or Zinfandel? And that's really, really how we should be viewing these cultivars we're saving and we're preserving. Like the OG Kushes that are the ones we want to keep, like my Catfish. That to me is my Chardonnay. Like if the end of the world happened and all of a sudden all the grapes ended and you walked into like a village and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" And you're like, "I got Merlot," and they're like, "What? This is the end of the world. What do you get Merlot?" Like people would freak out, or "I got OG Kush" or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it would bring back so many memories and it would just be the thing. Like there's a reason people grow Zinfandel or Shiraz. There's a reason why people grow Gorilla Glue and this. And like, I have to grow Gorilla Glue. Like I literally have a guy that has PTSD. He's a military guy. And I stopped growing Gorilla Glue for a little bit and he fucking almost went off the rails and literally was like, "Dude, you got to grow Gorilla Glue. Like I've been bad this week." So I had to find some Gorilla Glue and like, that's his thing, and that is the thing with weed is that we know that every single strain is the same. So when the politicians are calling it whatever THC or 24% or something, whatever it is, that doesn't even make fucking sense. Like Chardonnay is not Merlot. You know what I mean? Zinfandel is not, this Honey Crisp is not fucking a Macintosh apple, Yellow Delicious is not a Cosmic Crisp or any of these things, right? They're all completely different things. And that's really,
it's not just the flavor profiles. It's like, the entourage effect is real. I was a bud tender for a year when I moved to Denver, and I was always everyone's worst bud tender. people fucking hated me because I was so militant about it. I only smoke sativas. I'd go, well, it's interesting. There's no such thing as a sativa molecule. Actually, was modulating the high as a complex blend of THC, cannabinoids, and terpenes. And just go, shut the fuck up and give me the fucking Durban.
Dream.
Yeah. And so the terpenes modulated. When I get something that really I love, it's almost like aromatherapy, right? Like I taste it and I go, oh wow, not only am I getting high, I'm getting oh, I just love this. It's making me feel great, And so the terpenes, for sure, it's not just that we're being cunts, being like, I smell my own farts. It's the skin of white grapes, whatever shit. But that's true. It modulates the damn high. I imagine it's probably the same thing in high-end wine. I bet you a lot of those terps in wine are modulating the drunk. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
check me in chat. Does anyone know? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some sommeliers out there that can tell us, exactly, why certain Meritage blends go, right? Why Merlot, Cabernet is going, but you never mix like Cabernet and Chardonnay. You don't make a pink wine. You know what I mean? So that's when you come to breeding, that's when you start going, am I going to just throw together a Zinfandel and make this and throw it and make whatever? Maybe it's good if it might be good sort of, but most of the time it's not. So why waste the time? Try playing those nice chords. Try putting your Merlot, your Chardonnay, your Cabernet, and your Shiraz together to make, a more blended Meritage, like they call it in there. You know what I mean? Right? Because in wine, they call it Meritage. And in apple cider, you have to mix 5 apples together to make that perfect cider. You can get single sourced or whatever they call it, just Honeycrisp cider or just Yellow Delicious cider, but it never tastes as good as a proper blend. Although I don't like to blend my weed, right? 90% of the time.
Never.
Right, 90% of the time, because I'll tell you, I do like to blend Gorilla Glue, and I have the Sprinkles, which is basically like a Gelato 33. And if you mix, I might have to just make that fucking cross now, talking it out loud. But that.
Not for nothing. Not for nothing.
I have 2 people that are family members that will do that. They literally buy the Sprinkles and the Gorilla Glue so that they can make joints together. You know what I mean?
Salad.
Yeah. Right?
I guess I say that I don't ever do that, but I'm thinking of flour in concentrates. That's actually kind of a thing nowadays. You will see posted that I love hearing. I think Green Dot Labs has got everyone. I'm sure you've encountered Green Dot. It's here in Denver. It's one of the better extract companies. They got a lot of great. I'm smoking on their garlic banger over here. Love this garlic banger, and they'll put right on the thing. It's mixed, not bread. Mixed, and then you'll smoke it. So it's good. It's good. They know what they're doing. So I don't know. Maybe we're heading to that where this is what's great about cannabis, Jake Grandpa, is that it's it's big enough for all of us. I'm glad everyone's doing it. You couldn't pay me to smoke moon rocks, but I'm glad people are out there go have fun. Go get your beer bong, kids. I don't care what you do, but I'm glad there's real ones like you out in the game, Jake Grandpa, and I want to get you out to the DGC Cup one of these days. It's every June, so consider yourself welcome. We get the homie hookup, get you entered, whatever we got to do. But we did it, my friend. We crossed an hour. I knew this was talking with you before the show. I was like, this is gonna go great. We're immediately vibing. So man. Once again, thank you so much. We crossed an hour. We got to cover. Where can people find you? Let's send them over to Instagram. Let's send them to your website.
Okay, so my websites, right? I've got midnightroots.com, obviously, and then Instagram, midnight_roots, right? I've got a couple fake pages out there, so it's just midnight_roots. Then I've got my midnight smoking, which is my smoking, tips and papers I make, which would be midnight_smoking. And then I do my music, which is Bass Owl. So Bass Owl.
So we didn't even cut. That's another thing, Jake. We do jujitsu. We love cannabis. We come from this old, and then both musicians. I have a project I'm working on that this metal band I called Possession with Intent. It's like Rage Against the Machine times EDM, hip hop. It's all the things. And then I'm researching you after Jug Dealers, and I was like, this motherfucker makes music. And so you got a project called Bass Owl.
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing all music all my life, but it's kind of just evolved lately into Bass Owl, which is basically like a down-tempo bass music, heavy bass, hip-hop, influenced. You know, I used to do a lot of turntablism. Played with a couple different bands, from Holland Diablos to Kid Rock to Tenant Skillet to Almighty Groove. I played with tons of different things. I did about 10, 15 years there of techno as Stone Owl. And so I made techno and house music for a long time. And then
all right.
I had a partner that we kind of fell out with. So I just kind of moved on to a new project. And I've always done turntablism and scratching. So I slowed it down from the house and techno into what I'd really liking lately, which is bass music. I really enjoy the entire bass scene now. It's not as straight main stage dubstep. You know, I like the kind of like the toned down, atmospheric, emotional bass music, like Qualia or some of the guys out in Colorado. There's an amazing bass music scene out there. And like I said, this year, I mean, we did a music retreat out there, you know, with the Qualia guys, Tumura and Fern. I teach music production and stuff too. So, you know, I love Colorado in that way too. Not only do you guys have a great fucking cannabis scene, you guys do a lot of great bass music and have great creative minds out there. It's awesome.
Well, I'll throw it out there. Me and my buddy, he's in chat, Extract Seller Kyle. He just pulled the trigger on this 6,000 square foot Denver downtown venue. It's commercial rated. We're going to start doing private cannabis events, hosting comedy, hosting music. And so definitely you are one of the guys on my radar right now. It's like mixing good cannabis, high class dude, understands DJs, got the connections. It's like definitely, I'm super excited for it. We're calling it the Reserve. So look for the Reserve in Denver coming in 2026. And you are invited, my friend. You got this place has J GRAMBO all over it. So you are welcome anytime to Denver for any of these projects. Hit us up.
That'd be great, man. Hit me up like next event. Sounds like it'd be fun.
Hells yeah. Well, thank you, my friend. Midnight Roots is how you can find the guy. His name is Jake GRAMBO, and the first time I ever heard your name, I don't know why, it just stuck. I'm just dyslexic and autistic and sticky brain, you know, and things get in there. And Gabe said, he goes, Jake GRAMBO, he's one of the real ones. And I don't know why, it rings in my head. And I go, God damn it, Gabe was right. Jake GRAMBO, you're one of the real ones.
I appreciate that, man. I really do. Thank you.
Okay. All right, brother. Well, the next time I see you, hopefully it's in real life. And yes, I can't wait to hang out. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. I'll see you soon.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, later, buddy. We did it, you guys. That was it. That was fun. I knew as soon as we started talking before the show, like we have a saying at Dude Grows Show, like we'll be chatting before the show, before we hit record or go live. And Scotty always say, guys, gotta stop. We're doing the show. We're already doing the show. So that was awesome. Midnight Roots, Jake GRAMBO. If you're out in Michigan, you can easily find his stuff out in your local environment out there. And if you're not in Michigan, you can find him. There's ways. There's ways. We'll just say that. So shout out to everyone in chat. We got it to almost 400 people. That was freaking awesome. You know, I'm not autistic. I don't want to be able to, I'm neurodivergent, but just like as the years go on and you learn about it, you know, you hear these things and you go, huh. You know, I don't really socialize. I just love I'll be nine tabling poker while making thumbnails, smoking weed, and like thinking about production things and film. And I go, you know, there's an ADD. I used to always say one of my jokes in comedy, it was what was it? I'm ADOCD, where I'm always changing what I'm completely obsessed about. You know, it's a weird thing, but it's a superpower. You know, fuck it. Who cares? I'm pretty high there, Thomas. I went and got the 2 pens. I got the garlic banger, and I got the extract seller. And so, yeah, as we're unrolling the Reserve, it's going to be huge, you guys. We've christened it. We've had the place for 72 hours. Kyle has blown my mind already. We had so much fun playing pool, being debaucherous. It's been a blast. My blood type right now is Red Bull. Let's just say that. It's been a long week moving furniture, having parties. It's going to be so much fun. You guys are all welcome. The Reserve will be coming out. And if you want to support Kyle before that, like I said, you can find, just type in extract seller, find the secret menu. You're going to be happy. And I got a shout out to Smokey throwing that $5 at us. Smokey, appreciate you. And the godfather of the GramBorg, LJ Jones, throwing the 5 gift subs. Guys, we do a post show after this for all the GramBorg members as me and Kyle roll out the Reserve. You think the stories in the post shows were wild before? They're They're getting wilder by the minute. So if you guys want to join, the join button's right there. If you hadn't subscribed, hit subscribe because we get shadow banned out there. Sometimes the episodes go missing, and the only way that they get to you is if you click that button, and yada yada yada. So join if you want to. This has been an awesome show. Find Jake GRAMBO with Midnight Roots, and I'll see you guys for Jug Dealers on Tuesday. Dude Grows on Wednesday. My name's Josh GRAMBO. There's nothing but good vibes up in here. And this is how we end. Always giving a shout out to all the GramBorg members. We are one. Resistance is futile. Later, y'all.
He's the man with the cam with the punchline brand. Shred licks lit while the grow lights spin. From Dude Grows to Jug Dealers rides. He's mixing jokes, chords, and cultivation guides. And it's clean, green screen sight. And that theme song hits just right at night. Comedian, grower, and vibe technician. GRAMBO's the go on a ganja mission. Cannabis vibe all around this place, with the riff that burns and a beat with bass. From the buds to the laughs to the grow room glow, we salute Josh GRAMBO. Everybody knows, blaze it loud, pass it loud, let the good times roll. Tell a friend, roll it up, that's how we grow. He's the man who does it all, shred a sage and scene, the ordained OG of the cannabis dream. Click play on the channel, hear Cannabis vibe. Theme song thumping like a session come alive. Shout out to the artist who composed that gold. GRAMBO brings warmth even when the grow room's cold. High def laughs keep the whole crew alive. Gives love to the ones who help his art thrive. And now he's ordained, yeah, the holy stoner. Tie the knot while he rips out sweet leaf in the nose. Blaze it loud, pass it loud, let the good times roll. Tell a friend, roll it up, that's how we grow. He's the man who does it all, shred a sage and scene, the ordained OG of the cannabis dream. Click play on the channel, hear Cannabis vibe. Theme song thumping like a session come alive. Shout out to the artist who composed that gold. GRAMBO brings warmth even when the grow room's cold. High def laughs keep the whole crew alive. Gives love to the ones who help his art thrive. And now he's ordained, yeah, the holy stoner. Tie the knot while he rips out sweet leaf in the corner. Do you take this trade to be a lifelong high? He'll bless your bud for your vows flow by.